Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny. Time for another top 5. We're going to go over my top 5 Warlock Exotics. Now, I know a lot of folks like to do the kind of tier system where they go through every single exotic for a certain class, but I'm going to be frank, guys. On each class, I don't have more than 5 that I really like, and it's going to get interesting when I do the Titan video, because there's probably only 3 that I actually use, but I will figure out a way to fit 5 in there. So without further ado, let's go over the top 5 Warlock Exotics. Coming in at number 5, it's got to be the Astrocyte. No, I'm completely kidding. I can't stand that thing. It's going to be the Obsidian Mind. Now, I mean, this is all I rocked in year 1 when it came to using my Voidwalker in PvE situations, not necessarily PvP. So, Nova Bomb reduces the cooldown of your next Nova Bomb. I find this mostly useful if you're taking out low-level minions of the darkness, okay? Ads, not bosses, because you need to get kills, and it'll, like, literally, if you have a whole bunch of thralls or a whole bunch of just low-level minions and you wipe them out with a Nova Bomb, you sometimes can get just an automatic recharge of your Nova Bomb. But you combine this thing with the Bad Juju, which after a kill gives you a little bit more super energy, you're going to have Nova Bombs galore. Now, I don't use my Voidwalker a whole lot in PvE unless it requires it, meaning that there's a Nightfall or maybe the weekly heroics have some sort of void burn on it. That's when I'll use it. But for the most part, Obsidian Mind with Bad Juju, you can't go wrong. Coming in at number 4, it's going to be the Heart of Praxic Fire for my Sunsinger. Now, this is another fan favorite of mine from, well, I've been a fan of it since year 1. That's all I rocked. I was so happy when I first got it, and I still love it. When Radiance is active, increased agility and decreased ability cooldown. So what does that mean? It means you get lots of grenades and lots of melees. And I mostly use it on boss kills like Vosik and also Axis. I will pop my Radiance and I will throw lots and lots of fusion grenades, and of course I combine it with Viking Funeral and also Touch of Flame. I'll usually run it with Fireborn, but occasionally if I'm feeling a little frisky, I'll run it with Radiant Skin because, look, hey, if I wipe during the raid, I don't want to wipe. So I'm going to go with Radiant Skin, give myself a little bit more protection, but I'm going to be throwing a lot of grenades and helping do DPS on a boss. But during strikes and stuff, if it's just by myself and I'm with blueberries, or if I'm doing Nightfalls, I have myself set to Fireborn where I could just self-res. So that's number 4, Heart of Praxic Fire. Coming in at number 3, it's going to be Nothing Manacles. And actually, guys, I don't like Ophidian Aspect. I've had them for a while. I don't find the benefit to it. I mainly use Nothing Manacles when it's Void Burn, and the amount of grenades you get. Now, if you combine this with, let's see, it's the Hunger and also with Embrace the Void, you're going to get non-stop grenades. When you get a kill with a grenade, this works very, very well when there's lots of ads. This week's Nightfall, where I'm putting up this video, it's Void Burn. So that's all I'm running, as I'm running my Voidwalker and just non-stop. Most of my kills from the Nightfall are all from grenades, because what Nothing Manacles does is enable scatter grenade tracking and gain an additional scatter grenade charge. So non-stop grenades. When it comes to PvP, sorry folks, let me know in the comment section. I don't use these ever in PvP. And I don't get killed by scatter grenades. Maybe once or twice I'll get brought down to near no health whatsoever. But for the most part, when someone chucks a scatter grenade at me and they're using Nothing Manacles, I'm usually able to just blink out of the way or get out of it. I don't get killed by them. But when it comes to my Axiom Bolts, and you'll see where we're going here with number 2 and number 1, I prefer Axiom Bolts for PvP. Now, coming in at number 2, you probably would have guessed this if you know me already. Void Fang Vestments. I've loved these since year 1, and I continue to only use this in PvP. So you spawn in with full grenade energy, and that means even in Trials or Skirmish, when you're rezzed, if you die and you get rezzed, you spawn in with full grenade energy again. Axiom Bolt, gain an additional Seeker. So what I do is I like to combine this with Annihilate, which increases the size of explosions created by Nova Bomb and grenades, and also I go with Vortex Mastery, which increases the range of the Axiom Bolt Seeker. So this is all I use, guys, in PvP, and I find I get so many people, you'd be surprised how many times I get double kills, but if anyone's one shot, the explosions are bigger, and this thing will chase you forever, okay? They're not as bad as skip grenades when a hunter's using Shinobu's Vow, but you'd be surprised at how quickly how far and quick these things will chase you, and how much damage they do. So I can't live without Void Fang Vestments when it comes to PvP. Coming in at number 1, this may sound silly, but for me, I'm so in love with these things, Transverse Steps. So you get increased agility or speed when you're crouching. So that comes in handy when I'm doing the siege engine part of the raid. But then also any ammo you pick up, it automatically reloads that weapon type. I'm too spoiled by these things. Like when I get on my Titan or my Hunter and I have to reload a machine gun, I'm like, oh god, this is taking so slow. Because you guys know me, my Warlock is my main, so I'm constantly on it, and you get so used to not having to reload your sniper, your fusion, your heavy, especially your heavy. And when I'm doing like Archon's Forge, and I've got my raid wings on, and the raid wings are what we call the raid gauntlets, where extra ammo drops, heavy ammo drops for fallen enemies. It's just, there's heavy everywhere, and I'm just using my Gallahorn as my primary. So that's going to be number 1 for me, and that's it. So I want to know from you guys in the comment section, what are your top 5s for your Warlock, and also let me know for your Hunter and Titans. I will be doing videos on those shortly. So you know what, guys? Do me a favor. Babble mode's been engaged this entire time, so do me a favor. Drop a like in this video, only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream. I use you on YouTube, and that is it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.